Hello everyone, this is Tony Swain, Director of Training Education for PowerPlate. I'm here with Jessica, and today we're going to go over a power strength superset. Everybody always wants to know how I can incorporate the PowerPlate with your traditional mass-based workout. You know, we're used to free weights, so this is a great advanced workout to really get involved with utilizing acceleration and mass in a superset way to get the most for your client. So we're going to get started with the standing active quad hip flexor stretch. So I'm going to have Jessica, we're going to use the HP today, so she's going to be straight up. So I'm going to have her just bend both knees just a little bit. First thing is, then she's going to lift her arms, both arms up. She's going to go into spinal extension, so really reach back. And then the last thing we're going to have her do is squeeze the glute, her left glute, and she's going to hold that for the duration of time. Then we'll switch, and we'll do it all over again. So this is the standing dual hamstring stretch. So Jessica's going to be on the plate. I'm going to have her bring her arms across her chest. She's going to bow forward, so she's going to go as deep as she feels comfortable. And then eventually, once she gets in position, I'm just going to have her soften those knees just a little bit. So she's going to have a nice, comfortable stretch in the hamstrings, the glutes. And as you warm up, you want to make sure you go backwards instead of continue to drop the chest. So she's going to hold this for the duration of the stretch, and that is the dual hamstring. So next is the piriformis stretch. So I'm going to have Jessica get down in position. Chest up. She's going to put the hip right on the plate. So she is at a kind of a 45 degree angle. The back foot squared. Chest up. And she's going to slowly lean forward. Now we're using an HP, so we don't have the luxury of the handles. So what I'm going to have Jessica do is put her hands on her legs. What we do is, if not, you might get a little bit more travel upward if you put your hands directly on the plate. So utilize the handlebars if you have it. If not here, chest up. She's just going to continue to hold that for the duration of the stretch. So next is the chest stretch. So Jessica's going to get down in a three-point position on the floor. She's going to have a right angle with her left elbow. And what she's going to do is just basically just hold that position. Now, this is a ball and socket joint, so I can have her lean forward and back. If there's an area that's pretty tight, you can just kind of sit right on that area. And if this is difficult for some of your clients to get into, you can always elevate the arm with a foam roller or something, just to get a little bit more upright. But you can kind of absolutely rock back and forth, or if that's a spot that's really tight, just hold that for the duration of the stretch. And finally, the lat stretch. So Jessica's going to get into a kneeling child's pose position. Arms going to be straight. Chest is going to be up, nice elongated position. She's going to sit back on her heels, and she's just literally going to let gravity sink that chest down into the ground, and she's going to hold that for the duration of the time. Just make sure your head's away from the plate. That's the lat stretch. So now with the strength phase. Now when we're incorporating mass, we can do it a couple different ways. What we're going to do today is focus really on doing about 60 to 75% of your functional capacity, which means taking about a quarter way of the strength that you normally would use with your client. Because since we're going to superset, they're not going to be as strong on their own. So this is a way for us to remove a little bit of the weight that you normally provide with your client, incorporating the vibration at the exact same time. So you're going to get a volume of work done, and the benefit is you're going to slowly take a little bit of the weight away. So we're using power blocks. You can use free weights, you can use a barbell, whatever is best for you. So the first thing we're going to do is an alternating single arm chest press to a power plate static push-up. So Jessica's going to get in position. She's going to have both arms up. So she's going to do an alternating chest press. So she's going to drop down and up. The best thing about it, you're going to use a little less weight here, ideally. And then what you're also going to do is while you're doing it the opposite, you get shoulder stabilization. So it's a great exercise, quite a bit of bang for your buck. You're going to do anywhere from 10 to 15 reps. Whatever you normally do with your client, this would fall into place. So keep your same progression and your same workout. When she's done with that set, she's then going to drop the weights. I'm going to have her go directly to the power plate. I'm going to get into her static position, and she's now going to hold this for 30 seconds. If you're new to power plate, start at the lowest setting, but depending on where you're currently at with your power plate workout, keep the exact same intensity. So the only difference is you're incorporating mass and you're going a little bit lighter. So this is alternating chest press with a power plate push-up. So our next exercise is the front squat using mass to a split squat on the power plate. So with the power blocks, Jessica's getting in position. Again, you can use a bar, you can use whatever you have available. We're going to do 12 reps here. So she's in a front squat position. This is going to allow us to remove a little bit of mass, the normal load, so we're taking away 25% of what we normally would use here. After Jessica does, the number of reps that you've already determined, could be 10, could be 12, it could be 15. We're going to drop the weight. She's going to get into a split squat position. Keep the same intensity that you're currently using for your leg workout. And we're now going to do a static split squat on the power plate. So we're going to do this for any number of 2, 3, 4, 5 sets, whatever your protocol is. So we have front squats to a split squat static on the power plate. Okay, next we're going to go to a 2-arm, 2-leg RDL, Roman deadlift. So I'm going to have Jessica grab hold. Now, coaching tips. Definitely want to make sure, since we are going into a spinal flexion position, that you keep the chest up, go down as deep as you feel comfortable, but your focus is on hip extension. So it's a glute hamstring movement. So Jessica's going to drop down and come on up. So whatever the number of reps that you would normally have your client, we're taking away a little bit of that mass. So chest up. She's basically just kind of bowing into it with the weights and then comes back up. After the number of reps are completed, she's going to drop the weight. She's going to go onto the power plate. She's just going to do the exact same thing, but now in an isolated, basically in a static hold. So she's going to grab the straps. The key to the straps, keep it as short as possible. Make sure she's really pulling here. Same form. She just dropped the weights. The strap should replace the weights. Chest up. And her goal is to try to go into hip extension. So she wants to feel like she's taking those straps with her. So the last exercise of our strength circuit is the bent over bar, in this case a dumbbell row, but you can use a barbell, whatever you might have available. So Jessica's here. She has a soft bend in the knees. Keep the chest up. She is in a forward flex position, so you want to make sure that you're in good form. She's going to then bring the elbows to the side, and she's going to continue this with the number of reps that you've set aside. You can also do an alternating if that's what you want to teach. So depending on whatever you want to do, so we go from the mass-based movement. She's going to drop the weight. Now we're going to go to a static power plate row pull. So grab the straps, keep them as short as possible. I like to cross them. Jessica's going to come in, grab one in each hand, chest up, butt down, and she's going to pull. So we now go from a dynamic to a static, chest up, and as a practitioner and coach, I'm going to definitely make sure she's pulling the whole time to maximize the vibration travel. Great job. You got through the strength, definitely tired, exhausted. Great way of incorporating both mass and acceleration. So let's finish with the massage. So the first thing we're going to do is an IT band. So Jessica's going to get on the plate. She's going to have a 45-degree stack position. We're going to hold that for the duration of the time. So this is the IT band massage. So the quads are probably still feeling it from the strength phase. So we're going to go directly into a quad massage. So Jessica's going to roll over. Pelvic area off the plate, really just the bulk of the muscle right on there. She's going to relax as much as possible and enjoy the massage. And finally, we did a lot of hip extension, so the glutes and the hamstrings definitely probably feeling it. So we're going to finish the massage phase with just a nice passive hamstring massage.